Hello, hey, I'm Dutch, and this is Fee. Hey, so welcome to our live stream. Feel free to throw in comments. We're reading them all as we go. We're new to this, so forgive us because we're probably going to make some mistakes. Those of you that may not know, we are from Dutchware, and we manufacture mainly hammock gear, but we do a lot of other backpacking gear. We work with a lot of other companies. We supply fabrics to DIY and also to small businesses. Fee, nobody probably knows who Fee is, and this is going to be his big introduction. Fee is my new partner, so he's co-owner of Dutchware, and he is helping navigate the business stuff and making it so I can concentrate on inventing new gear. So, Fee, say a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a happy husband. Have 4 kids. Background in manufacturing. Goal for Dutchware is to allow Dutch to really put a heavier footprint in the shipping and hammock world by just developing gear for you guys.
So Fee, he's a local boy. He went to Gatsky High School right here in Lancaster, and he's been working heavily in industry, and he's going to make it so you're getting your gear quickly, and it is perfect every time. So, and like I mentioned, he is making us spend a lot of gear. One of the reasons for the live stream is because we are coming out with a lot of gear here in 23. It's really going to be a big year, and I'm looking at releasing a product a month and 4 a month. So we're going to spend some time going over new stuff, things we're working on, some things that are really exciting, some partnerships that we've made up. So, and of course, there's going to be some giveaways.
Ooh.
So Fee's going to talk about the rules on how to get the giveaways, but we're going to do them all through this broadcast.
Yeah. So there's going to be topics that we talk about. After each topic, we're going to do one giveaway. When the giveaway happens, we're going to give you a hashtag, and all you have to do is hashtag in the live comment. We're going to probably give a 2-minute windows. After that 2-minute window, we're going to actually pop up the screen and do a random winner selection. When you win, we're going to have one from the Dutchware team reach out to you directly, messaging, pretty much getting your information, and how we get you the product.
All right, so I'm a gear addict, I love gear, and let's get talking about gear. So one of the best things that we've done is we have come up with bonded tarps. So this is like the king of all the bonded tarps. This is a side entry bonded tarp. Okay, is it too loud or is it too quiet?
It's chunky. They tell what you're saying.
Ooh.
So
Go to one. Go to just overhead. Was that better? Hey guys, you can just get something in the comment section.
yeah.
Audio is good. Okay. Pardon me. What does always comes up? Is it talking? Okay.
No. Can you hear us?
Are we any better?
It's echoing a lot.
No. That's it. Okay. Bear with. Hey, how are we doing? Are we test us? Getting better?
AC.
All right. Kill the
How about now? How about now?
Sounds like a yes. You.
Did that?
Things
Also stop.
that better.
Hey, everybody. The air conditioning. So, out under these lights, you're going to have to bear with me slightly. We're not going to have air conditioning. So your air conditioner sound. So, let me show up the start.
Let's move slow.
All right, so we actually developed this for the GoPro stand, for the Cricut, and after I did, this has a side panel. So, and that's because
Some folks are saying it's good. Some folks are saying it's getting better.
okay, how are we doing now? Are we getting better now? Leave a comment in there.
Let's see.
So the pulsing stops when it's quiet, when we talk, and it comes back. Something.
What if we pull off that mic?
The female behind the camera has clear audio. I have clear audio. Oh.
That's probably my,
Oh, my goodness.
that might have been.
You think I was? All right. Can you hear us at this point? We can also add on some. We can add on some mics if we need to. Let us know in the comments.
Can try restarting. She's clear than you.
Try restarting.
I can't believe I forgot to mute it. Any better?
Dude, that mic. So, I'm going to try talking. See how we're doing.
No, it's still poor.
Can we add the reverse?
Bear with us. Mics that clip onto our shirts.
Is the mic directional? Because they keep saying the mic is coming through. Wow. Thanks. Okay. We're gonna get mics. Yeah. It's your muted.
Yeah, I'm listening. Live streaming and I've got issues.
Oops. Somebody asked me, Gwendolyn. It's not there, not where.
Are there any Gwendolyn fans out there?
There we go.
Hashtag Gwendolyn.
Oh, I'm shopping. We're getting feedback. Maybe, hey, when? Hey.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. I'm a big fan of you too. Some folks are saying I'm not.
We just put my ones.
All right. So
Test.
see if we're any better now.
Road to the rescue.
Can you guys hear us?
Talk on your
All right. We're going to start talking about this is a bonded tarp. This is a country tarp. And it was made for the open cricket stand. And the reason it's the best place to enter the cricket stand is in the side. So they want something totally enclosed. This has doors in the end with snaps on it so you can get the suspension through.
Let's try slowing our sentences down.
Okay. So, but the real beauty part about this tarp, and I believe this is the first one like it, is it has a over here on the side so that you can enter and exit through, and also I have to reach it. It comes with a porch. So if you have some hiking poles, you go and you can stake this out. You want to hold this out?
Sure.
The hiking pole. So there you go, and you stake this out. These pull out, and you can enjoy being in the rain and still being outside the rain. So, but if you really had to and you wanted to batten down the hatches, you can go, you can close this up, and you can even
Hey guys.
hook these down on here.
That's what you might turn on.
I am.
They're saying hold the mic closer probably.
Test.
Yeah, like y'all need to keep talking. Just
Okay.
Don't talk about the point. Just be
So I'll tell you about Dutchware. Dutchware is about a 9-year-old, and it started because I threw hike trail in a hammock. I was supposed to do it in a hammock, and there was pretty much nothing
We're
that
good?
was available at that time.
I think we're good.
We're good. All right.
Oh, man, we were just going to.
I turned the air conditioner. All right. Let's go over the side entry tarp again.
Some folks are saying it's not better for them.
Is it certain that they're coming in on a?
Let's just roll off.
Yeah.
All right, it's better than before, but it's still in and out, and I think you just, Alex, you just have to move forward.
Okay.
And I would just say talk to you.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
So, as I already talked about, side entry tarp, we've had this out. We were back in January, and it certainly has been a big hit. It comes with these spreader bars that are held up by an internal ridgeline in there. You can kind of vary the amount that it sticks out, but it makes it like a Conestoga wagon and really makes it large in there. We kind of gave a sneak peek in here. But you can see, let me just throw this back.
Yep.
There is a tremendous amount of room in here. I would have no problem doing this with a two-person setup. But you could camp out in here. You can cook dinner underneath you. Especially when you got that porch out like this, it doesn't matter what the weather is. With a tarp like this, you want it to rain. So these doors can you can just kind of push them back behind the poles here. It holds it. You can also use it without the poles, and save a lot of weight on it. And what has really made this tarp possible is they bonded. So this is patent technology for bonding. If you know anything about silicone, nothing wants to stick to it. So so you can put tape on it. You can't use adhesives, but we have figured out a way. We teamed up with 3M, and we have an adhesive that actually works with the silicone, and it creates a better bond. The strongest part of this tarp, you can't even tell. This is bonded right here, and this is a seam. And the strongest part of this tarp is wherever the seams are. Unlike a stone tarp where you're actually perforating the material. and you could eventually, obviously, get leaks.
Yeah.
So, what do you say? People bearing with us through our audio thing, we do a little giveaway.
I think we do. Let's go through it. Let's first thing, let's do a Dutchware t-shirt.
I think that's a good one.
Okay. So if you hear me right now in the comments, you'll want to put hashtag t-shirt.
All right, this is Dutchware t-shirt.
Was that a medium? That's your size, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a large. That's my size.
That's your,
It's my size today. So we'll get you to whatever size you need. We'll get your contact information because we're gonna find out where to deliver it. And
yeah.
how long are we doing this giveaway for?
Right now, we'll give them about a minute or so to start hashtagging t-shirt, and then we'll do the drawing. In the meantime, why don't you guys comment where you guys are checking in at? Let's see.
I think we had a birthday today. Whose birthday is it today?
Bill Barker.
Bill Barker.
Ooh, happy birthday, Bill. New Hampshire, Reading,
Look, we're frozen.
India, Texas, Maryland. Look at that.
We're frozen.
No, we're still alive.
Oh, are we still up?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yep. Let's see. I think people are hashtagging it. Look at that. Hershey, PA.
Wow, there's a lot of locals.
Yeah.
So, mentioning local, we are definitely a manufacturing company. We manufacture as much as we can here. We keep our supply chains as small as possible. We also work with other manufacturers. So, some examples of that, some of our favorites. We got Jack's Our Better, Loco Libre, Trailheads. Give a big shout out. I hope John and Karen are listening right now. Yobo, and I'm afraid I'm going to be missing people, but there's a wide range of other manufacturers, and we're all just out there. We're trying to compete with Amazon and trying to with anybody else, and we're making better quality gear. And we do it sometimes with them, and sometimes we do it for them, and sometimes they do it for us. But it's been great collaborations that we've had.
Excellent. Did we
Yes.
we did?
Yes.
Okay. Who was the winner?
Batman for Prez.
Batman for
Prez.
Hey, congratulations. You're getting a large
I just won. So someone is going to be coming on there and somehow getting your information. I don't really know how all this works.
The camera mic is taken care of. You need to switch to their live mics.
Do I see a no sound monitor?
Yeah. You know what,
I have one.
Josh? I think you might have it on the wrong monitor. Gotcha.
No, but keep talking.
Okay. Well, we'll keep talking about products, and hopefully these guys can hear me. So this one is one of my favorites that we have. It is it's a magnetic hose. Now, I know a lot of people like to use their smart bottles these days, but I'm still a big fan of the platter. I use line filters. Still to this day, I've been using them for decades. So this one I really like. It clips on right to your shoulder, and it has a magnet. It's a really strong magnet, but it makes it so you can drink, and then you can just get it close, and it lines it right up. So some other plastic hardware that we're coming out with. Here's a favorite. Who here has untangled bear ropes? I know I have had to sit there and first uncore it. I do other things. It just never seems to work out. It's a little pouch, but this is a bear rope winder, and it keeps your bear rope all nice. But you'll see that it folds after you wind it all up. This has got 50 foot of cord on it, and it has finger holes. And you can wind this up, and then when you get about 2 feet out, you can wrap it around this way, and then it's hinged. What's really neat about this hinge, the reason it's so strong is this is 3D printed with the hinge connected. This is not two pieces that are connected. It's actually the one piece is built around the other piece. So physically, plastic has to just totally break, and we have twisted this. These are made out of polycarbonate, which is definitely one of the more stronger plastics. But you fold it in half, it takes up half the space, slides right in, and this makes for a great bear rope, continuous ridgeline holder, things of that. So this is a sneak peek. We don't have this yet, but we're about to have this.
So that's when we think about releasing.
Well, I believe that we will have these within 2 to 3 weeks.
Ooh.
But hopefully, everything we're discussing within 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
A lot of it depends on getting the time to get the website built out and part numbers issued and videos.
Yes.
So here's another one for a general camping, and these are legs. A lot of people have seen these, but we put a little different take on them. We're making them so that are held together by cord instead of plastic, and that way they store smaller, and they clip on, and they're really strong going this way. So they make it so that your stuff does not tip over. Because they are held together by cord, we can do this from different sizes. So this could be a larger canister, such as this. These weigh less than an ounce. You're also saving the weight of all the plastic that was in between. If you have something like one of these that click on, first of all, there's more things to break on it, but also this is a lot of unneeded plastic. You only really need from here out to there, and that's what we've done. You also notice there's a cute little tarp fly on it.
Nice.
And while we're on little trinkets, this is big lighter caps, tarp fly, big lighter cap, tarp fly. Probably hard to see in the video, but they keep it so that your lighter can't strike or you can't lose your fluid, and it also keeps it a little bit more waterproof. These are made from polycarbonate, and we got the mini Bic and the regular Bic style. So they are all going to be released pretty soon. I sound better when I stand up. Okay.
Let's stand up.
There's not that much reason for it. All right. So, some of you may know because I'm teasing about it. We are going to be making food.
Yeah.
So, we want to tease a little bit more about it. So we're going to go and be showing some of the meals that we're going to be coming out with. We want to do fresh ingredients that get done at like peak of their freshness, and then freeze dry them and make something that's a little bit more unique. That's what we got here is a couple of meals. It takes a lot of testing. Some things taste delicious. You freeze dry it, and it doesn't constitute the way you want to. It's the meat doesn't constitute the same rate as the noodles. We also want to get back to ingredients so you can add things, so you can make up meals. You add things to your ramen noodle, maybe stuff that you can to be putting into a tortilla and things like that.
Mm.
So be here. We're going to turn this into a cooking show.
Oh man!
And while I tear down this tarp and put up the next item,
yeah,
Fee's going to go and strike up. I'll get your stove going.
So Dutch, I don't see any seasoning.
It is everything's all included, and they are in our bags. These bags are our these are high temperature food safe bags, the bowl bag, and we've been selling these for a long time. I love this product, and when you really look at it, there's a lot of thought to it. It stands up. You don't need a long spoon. The high temperature. Also, the whole corner is welded, and it makes it so that you don't wind up getting your sauce in this corner. I don't know if anyone's ever done that. Did you get down at the bottom of the meat and you realize, oh, that's where all the flavor was, and then spoon it up, add all in.
Yeah.
This one is a shrimp scampi, and I made the shrimp scampi myself. Better get this eaten. And this one is a udon, a teriyaki beef udon. So I'm going to tear this down.
All right, I'll monitor the boiling water.
You cook.
Okay. Actually, while you do that, why don't we run another giveaway? What you think, Dutch? Gidget bag? Let's do a Gidget bag.
Yeah, let's do a Gidget bag.
Okay, we have a Gidget bag. Let me grab one of these real quick. So hashtag Gidget. We'll do one of these money Gidget bags. So again, in the comments, hashtag Gidget. Oh man. Got your pose there.
Watch me knock the boiling water over. I don't know if that's still on.
Is it I'll be out?
Yeah, you might want to change the canister.
Give it a couple minutes there. Let's see. Gidget, sweet. While I do this, while you guys put in the comments, what is your favorite Dutchware gear? I'd like to see what you guys' favorite Dutchware gear is.
Man, that hammock's gorgeous.
You good? Gwen, why don't you put some of these comments of gear up? I want to see what kind of gear people are saying. Million, most definitely. Million, jungle. Is it just one thing? Yeah, absolutely. Hmm.
We're doing good audio wise. I want to talk a little bit.
I think we are.
All right. If so, this is HexCam, and we're proud. We got a lot of licensed camos, and we got Quick Tech and Curtis, and this one is our newest one. This stuff is gorgeous, and we are.
It's your mic.
What's that?
You see your mic. What? Gidget? Another round? Right. Why don't we tag another round of Gidget? If you've done it already, I want to make sure, do it again one more time. Just make sure you're entered.
Yeah, we didn't get everybody on that last one. Is my audio better? Please say yes. All right. So anyhow, we're going to be giving away this hammock later on, and it is a HexCam. It's got the moonlight cover. The bug net itself is also HexCam printed. A moonlight cover. If I can find the zipper on here. Means that you can peel back and vary the amount of bending that you have on it. It has the spreader bar on it. The bottom's printed with the green HexCam. We've got the orange HexCam up top. So I love this hammock, and it's kind of hard actually to part with this one. So we might have to make another one.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's we have the entries in for Gidget. Let's pull up the Gidget tool and let's select the winner. Let's put it on screen first, and then we can run that.
It's going. Jason Brock.
Who is it?
Jason Brock.
Jason Brock.
Yes, Jason Brock on YouTube.
On YouTube. You're a winner, man.
You got the money one.
You got the money. Maybe there might be some money to come with this bag. We don't know. Let's get this out to you. All right, Dutch. What item we have next? Let's show them the Anaconda. I think
Okay. The Anaconda's next.
And everything this is actually one that's live on the site today, right?
Can you confirm that, Gwen? Do we have this live on the site?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, we actually made this in conjunction with Trailheads, and they were very instrumental. Pickle, give him a big shout out there. He was also, I believe, the originator of it, and we went back and forth on the design, and this is what we came up with. It is a compression sack for your entire setup. So right away, you can see it's made out of Dyneema. It's got these compression straps that come on there. There's Argon 90 on the outside. The continuous loop hangs out from the end. Don't ever swing it by this. I can tell you that by experience. So the one little feature on here you'll see is this little snap. This is made to reinforce it, but also we put this on here so that this continuous loop doesn't fall inside. Believe me, when it falls inside, you got to reach all the way up and through this, and you'll see why that's a big deal. So when you first look at it, there's 3 slide locks going around the outside, and one of them is a side release buckle. So
Water's just boiling.
So this is meant so that you can deploy your setup fast. And there was kind of a challenge by somebody on YouTube on how quick you can set up, and this makes it so you can set up extremely quickly. So you'll see then there's a cloud sleeve that goes on here. I like to leave this right on the head end because it's a little bit of a rain cover. If rain was blowing in on this side, it can protect you a little bit. And you pull out your entire setup and you're ready to hang. This works really well in conjunction with the zip-on quilt. We can talk a little bit more about the zip-on quilts then, but these things they have outpaced us. We do not work well from behind. We got behind on this, and we are working with like 5 to 6 week lead time. We're trying to get it down. We're doing everything possible to reduce that. But anyhow, the Anaconda, it also comes with a couple more features here in the cap. There is a secret pocket, and the secret pocket is made out of Dyneema, and you put your suspension in there. And the fact that it is made out of Dyneema, it's going to keep from getting in contact with the hammock. So if the straps are a little bit wet, I wouldn't put them in there if they were soaking wet. But if there was if there was some dirt or there was some sap on them, it's going to keep it off of your hammock in general. But it keeps it right there in the cap. So you would undo the cap, you pop this open, you take them out, you can hang up your straps, and then you can hang up your hammock.
Dutch, I am pouring half a cup of water, right?
Yes, whichever one you do, you can do half a cup of water.
Whatever. Make them both. You're hungry, ain't you?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is a chameleon hammock. For those of you that don't know about the chameleon hammock, it is made with a modular design, and it is made so that you can interchange different parts. So you can go and take off this cover. You could put the winter. There's a peak shelf on here, and there's a whole array of extras that you can put on here. There's a side sling pocket, which is really spacious. And the chameleon, well, it works well for everybody because it's made modular. The beautiful part about that is you may not know that you're going winter hammock camping when you purchase your hammock. And then somebody says in February, let's go out hammock camping. You don't have to buy a new hammock. You just have to get a new top cover. We don't have to stock every color with every top and every different type of bug net. We stock the components, which is why we can ship out so fast. It is the way we manufacture, and it serves us serving you very well. Also, if you put a hole in this bug net, most hammocks, I mean, maybe you can repair it, maybe you can't. Here, you just can put on zip it off and put on a new component. Because of a very special zipper, we have a patented zipper on this. It opens in the middle and it separates. And the fact that it separates means I can remove this and I can and replace it with a different top. Same thing with the insulation. This makes this into an insulated hammock, but you're not dedicated to that. You can change it out with different ones. This hammock had a 0 degree on it earlier, and I switched off to this 20. So we are very happy with the chameleon hammock. It's still been our flagship, and I don't really foresee that changing anytime soon because we don't really have to change it. We just change the different components on it.
What was it? That's who was out this past weekend, and it was about what, under 30 with.
We had 50-degree winds that were blowing on us. It was horrific.
And I was in my 0 degree with my helium top cover, and I was warm. I mean, my tarp was about to be blown over, but
Yeah.
I was warm. I was safe and warm.
Yeah, I was really glad to say that the bonded tarps survived incredible winds, and we had 3 very large tarps out there that were catching a lot of wind. So anyhow, that is the Anaconda. It comes in 2 sizes, and I prefer the large size because it fits a larger array of stuff. Ultralighters, they can get away with the smaller size when they're sporting maybe a 3/4 quilt or one of Trailhead's great ultralight quilts that really compress down well because he makes his 1,000 fill down. But a big shout out again to Trailheads. They were certainly inspirational and pivotal in manufacturing it. So,
How about, let's give them another sneak peek. Mark II?
well, before we do that, let's put this thing back together one more time. All right, yeah, and then we can show off the new Clark products.
I'll grab the next round of giveaway.
Okay. So one little hint on this. What I like to do is I kind of pull down on it because it follows the ridgeline really well. So it just gobbles up the quilt and everything. And you can even put your top quilt in here. It's a little bit tight with a 20-degree, but certainly when you get to a 30-degree, you keep 30-degree quilt in there, and so even your top quilt in there. And I like to start with this end. One thing we did was we made this bag. We actually made it oval, so it slides into your pack better. Yes, you can open up the ends. One of the secrets of why it can fit the wide, the 12-footer or the regular chameleon is on the end channels. There is a draw cord, and you can vent it out a little bit. I tend to not do that because I never really feel too warm from the bottom. I will vent the top usually instead. You can see right away when this thing is held right away, it wants to be in the shape of your pack. That way it fits down in your pack. I usually get it in, I turn it like this, but it is oblong in its design. Not with insulation.
Perfect. Who's ready for the next round of giveaways?
I am.
Are you? All right, this round, let's do pack cover. Nice little camel pack cover. Hashtag pack. Hey, Dutch, I need a model.
Glenn.
Keep it nice and dry on rainy day. We'll turn around. Kind of look like a Ninja Turtle.
But they cinch down really well
Nice.
on the pack.
Perfect.
We make quite a few of these pack covers. This one, Josh, what is substrate? Yeah, it's certainly gorgeous. Definitely a good camo for when spring hits.
Sure. Excellent, people hashtagging. Yeah, there it goes. We'll give it about 30 seconds before we select the winner. Dutch, how long are we supposed to wait for these meals?
Which one did you do? Oh, you did both of them. The shrimp will get done first,
Mhm.
and that one's about 10 minutes. I think we might be about there.
When you're on the trail, you know what is an important thing to note about eating?
Well, I obviously like it a lot, but you know, especially if it's cold, I like to have a warm meal, and so I'm going to gravitate towards carrying a stove in the wintertime, especially, and more so than the summertime. I could be more inclined to leave the stove at home, but I definitely want a warm meal when I'm getting cold. So,
Excellent. While you're wrapping that up, let's
Mhm.
select the winner.
Mike McClure on Facebook.
Ooh, congratulations, Mike.
I know Mike. He didn't win that, did he?
Yeah, he did.
All right, good for Mike. Actually, I think you met Mike too. So, are there any Clark users out there? I really hope so, because we have a great giveaway for Clark. Let's lose the. Yeah.
So this is a sneak peek.
Yeah, this is the Mark II hammock, and they released this years ago, and we have been working on re-releasing it since we bought the company quite a while ago. But what's special about the Mark II is that it has a waterproof bottom, and like most Clarks, you're going to have a top cover and also the bug net. Everything is double stitched. These things are built like tanks. They have the patented spreader bars that make this. It is like it's more like a bridge hammock than a gathered-in hammock. And the way this holds, you actually keeps you. I go a little bit on the diagonal, but nothing like you have to do in a traditional gathered-in hammock. So this would be the head end. But what's really special about the Mark II versus the NX270 is the bottom fabric is waterproof, and this can go to ground. So as terrible it is to have to go to ground, sometimes there aren't trees, and sometimes you have to have that capability. That's what this hammock is for. And so if I could bring this down, there is a nail to hang that on.
Josh, you want to put the camera down low? So if you're on the ground.
So you're on the ground, you can go, and this will give that a little pull up, and this will wind up being a bivy sack. And go ahead and pull the tarp over here. So the tarp is fitted. You could use a big tarp, but it's meant to be a minimalist shelter. I think of this for like a bushcrafter. So you have a waterproof bottom, and then you have this tarp over here. And if you have to go to ground,
There you have it.
That's the way to do it. So,
Excellent.
do you think we got some food ready?
I think we have some food. Let's get our table there. Show the people.
Good, I'm getting hungry. I don't know the veneer, and I'll have to look that up. But it is specially made for the Clark product. It has a shiny side on one side that's really waterproof, and then the inside has a much more comfortable feeling. I'm going to guess. I mean, this is not a 70 denier, so it might be 100 denier fabric, and it is incredibly strong. It doesn't have much stretch to it. It is definitely a nylon, but it doesn't have much stretch, and it's part of the reason why it feels so comfortable.
Yeah, I think the food is ready there.
Now you get to watch me eat. So, a little story on this is making these meals. It does not come quickly. I was going to do the shrimp one first. So, very often you go and you try it out, and it's just not acceptable. It didn't rehydrate the way you wanted to. So we went back and forth on a shrimp scampi.
Why don't you bring that camera? Let's see what that looks like.
So, see if I can get in here. So, I went and I mean, I literally I cooked this up myself, frying it up with the shrimp. There's lots of pieces of garlic in there. Vegetables. I got the onions and the celery. I used to be in the food trades, and shrimp scampi is one of my favorite. And I hit it with a lot of wine, with some butter and lemon juice, and then Parmesan cheese to really make a good sauce.
So Dutch, are we saying most of these meals that can be made, it's going to be pretty much made by yourself?
By myself with my recipe, I guess, and then there's going to be some contribution from others, I guess. I don't want to take all the credit, but these are freeze-dried meals, which is a big difference. Actually, the freeze-drying, if I could speak for a minute about that, it dehydrated removes vitamins and it also changes the texture, and it's harder to rehydrate. Freeze-drying goes and it freezes it and then it puts it in a vacuum and it slowly warms it up, and the vacuum pulls out the moisture as it's pulling out the air. And it does this over and over and over again for like 30 hours. And what you wind up with is something, first of all, it hasn't been cooked to the point where it's lost its vitamins. If you dehydrate, you remove 90% of the water. If you freeze dry, you remove 99% of the water. And it also holds the cell structure like a sponge. So, and actually what shows that the best would be the freeze-dried vegetables. So these are freeze-dried strawberries. Fee, go ahead. We're just buying fresh strawberries, and there's nothing put onto them. And the flavor, it bursts with how much flavor. It feels more because they're taking away the moisture. And if you rehydrate this, it gets just like a strawberry, and it's because it wasn't dehydrated and turned into a flake, and it still keeps all of its structure.
You know what I did the other day that was really good?
Right.
I actually got a cold glass of water
Mm-hmm.
and then I infused them. I just tossed them in and I was just drinking them. And it was more concentrated. It was amazing.
This is a pineapple. The pineapple is amazing also. Actually, the pineapple is my favorite. It's really sweet. I really want this for hiking. So the shelf life, if we can really package it, that is vacuum packed, and we put the oxygen moistures in there, we can get 25 years of shelf life out of this stuff. Now you got to keep it stored the right way. once you break it and you get air into it, it definitely lowers it by a lot.
Dutch, I saw someone ask about gluten-free food.
There's going to be 2 ways that's available. First of all, we're going to be coming out with individual recipes. Some of them will be gluten-free. But the other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be making ingredients. So you can get your gluten-free noodles. If we don't offer gluten-free noodles, and you can cook the pasta, and then you can add what ingredients you want. Much different than, say, the competition where you're getting everything, they put a lot of salt into it. Here, you're going to be able to vary and build the recipe yourself. So you can make it gluten-free. You can make it vegan if you want to. You can handle your dietary needs. Maybe you're allergic to certain things, so you have to have them out here. When we do strawberries, we're taking fresh strawberries. We are freeze drying them, and they're not bulk in some major bulk and then shipped across the United States. We're actually having local farmers to grow them, and we get them at peak of freshness, and it really makes a big difference. All this stuff is going to be small batches. We're not going to be making in huge. We don't have a huge commercial kitchen. We're going to be making them in small batches in a pot and filling up these freeze dryers and then offering them. We hope to do this. We're hoping for the spring. It's looking like early summer. But
So while we're about to eat down our food here, let's run another giveaway.
another giveaway? Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do one of these pillows. Little camping pillows, hammock camping pillow. Hashtag, can anyone guess? Pillow. Pillow. Same way.
So on here, you can see the shrimp and the pieces of garlic that are on here. This really is good.
That's good.
You can taste the white wine that I put in there. Actually, I used for this one, it was pretty sweet. It was a Riesling wine. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I think it works really well with it. And you can hit the lemon, and then the sauce that made up when it rehydrated is a lot because of I dipped the shrimp in flour before we sauteed them, and also the Parmesan cheese, and you definitely pick all that up, and it makes for a really good sauce on this.
Is there onion in this?
There's onion
Wow.
and celery. I chopped onion, celery, garlic. That's really everything that's in here: onion, celery, garlic, and all those other things I said. I better stop eating. All right. Are we ready for the giveaway?
Yeah, let's like a winner. Let's run that. This is good.
Dan Mackley from YouTube.
Dan Mackley.
Congratulations. You have this leaf printed color coming your way.
So the printing, we do our own dye sublimation printing here. We have a graphic designer on staff, and it gives us a lot of capabilities. It also gives us capability that you could send in your image, and we can make we can put your safe, we can put your dog, we can put whatever under your hammock, your top cover, even your quilt.
Your kids can be on your tarp. Just saying.
He has he's got a tribe, and he's got all the kids on there, and it was a big hit down Hang Time, showing off all his children on there. I want to show off. We got to get to the Clark. We're soon going to give away a Loco Libre quilt. Before we do, dropped.
There we are. Got it.
Okay. So We are a Dyneema distributor, and it's definitely some of the lightest fabrics that are on the planet. So the stuff is incredible. I know it's expensive, but it's like half the weight. So if you really, really want to have lightweight gear, a lightweight tarp, Dyneema is the way to go, particularly their lighter weight stuff, the stuff under 2 ounces per square yard. That seems to be the most popular. So we're coming out with a whole bunch of Dyneema products that this is some simple zipper bags we're going to be coming out with. We'll probably be doing some printing on here to show what's in there. So you could have, this one would make for a really good wallet. This one would make for good toiletries. And these are waterproof, so you can use for your phones and stuff, something such as that. Here, we're able to print full width printing. So you can see the Galaxy printed on the Dyneema. So that should be coming out, something we've been working on. This is a really neat bag for, it's kind of like a jewelry bag, and that's actually where we got the pattern from. But it really works well for
hold 10 lighters.
Any other accessories. Maybe you need 10 lighters. That's what this has in here. But you open it up, and it's going to have all the different accessories that you would have in here. And you can see they just slide in here. And then you could put more stuff in here. But what it does is it scrunches up like this and is holding all 10 of your lighters or whatever you put in here. A really good thing for when you have a lot of little miscellaneous things that you're going to be needing. So we got a couple designs on that. I think that's the one that I like the most.
Can you introduce yourself again? Because I got lost when I was talking to somebody again.
Okay. Actually, I will introduce Fee, and then he can talk a little bit about himself. So everybody knows who I am. At least hopefully you know who I am by now. But Fee is actually my new partner. That's as of this year. And he is making it so that we do lean manufacturing so that you can get your gear fast, as most cost effective as you possibly can, and that the order is right every time. So, and it is freeing me up so that I can work on inventing more gear and more products. So Fee is local. He went to McCaskey High School right here in town. And why don't you tell a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, just echoing off what Dutch just mentioned. The local kid really grew up in the manufacturing world, understanding a lot of lean manufacturing, and not only lean manufacturing, but understanding the value that we have for the hammock community, but also the camping community. So one of my goals is to realistically free up Dutch. Can you hear me now? To free up Dutch and allow him to create. Oh, that's your money. That's near you. So my goal is to free up Dutch and allow him to, get creative for not only the camping community, but the hammock community.
Okay, very good. So the next product, and this is a big giveaway. Some of you may know that I purchased Clark. Clark was going out of business. I didn't want to see them go overseas. They've been an American staple. When I bought them, it was a 23-year-old company. I hadn't even been in business that long. So we were very proud to bring them on. They've been around for as long as I've been hammock camping. And one of the products is the NX270. That's this one right here. So as you know, we work in collaboration with other manufacturers. And one of the ones that I'm the most proud of to work with is Loco Libre. And if anybody's a Loco Libre fan, it's definitely me. George is awesome. it's okay. This hammock's being held high because we're going to be showing off what's underneath it anyhow. So to go over what the Clarks are, they're like, I consider them a military grade hammock. They are super strong. They're made out of heavyweight materials. Everything is twin needle stitched, and they are kind of a bridge style hammock with these patented spreader bars that go around here. So um, it makes it so you can have a shorter and a narrower hammock, and you don't have to lay so much on the diagonal. So George makes fantastic quilts. I hope George is listening right now because I really want to know how much I appreciate him. And he makes this gorgeous Clark quilt. So we went and we made this printed especially for the Clark, for him to make these. And this one is about to go off in the in another giveaway.
Actually, it's up. Let's raffle one of these away.
Okay, so this is a 40-degree underquilt. It's the jungle pepper. It fits the Clark hammock, and especially if you have a Clark hammock, what should they hashtag?
Hashtag pepper.
Pepper. That's a good one. If anybody knows anything about George, he goes and he makes his quilts are all made out off of named after different peppers. Are people able to hear when he talks? Since we're only on my mic,
I just have to speak up.
so again, you can see what this quilt is.
That's for those that really don't, are new to hammocking. How does an underquilt attach to a unit?
So on this particular one, am I up or is that up? Okay.
I'm trying. I'm super laggy.
Okay. We'll wait until the camera gets to us. So we think our internet's not able to handle this.
Yeah. Was it Comcast if you're listening?
You guys are back.
We're good? All right.
Okay. So the way he attaches this is there's loops sewn on the Clark, and then there's these mitten hooks, and then there's these line locks. So you go and it cinches up around there. This quilt can't come off of here. It attaches on the ends, and then attaches right here, and totally envelops you. I love George's work. His stitching is absolutely fantastic, and he does all of his stitching by himself. This is one of 2 quilts that we're going to be giving away.
All right.
So let's start the giveaway.
Let's select a winner. Who's gonna get this quilt?
Josh Selby
Josh Selby.
on YouTube.
Congratulations. Coming your way. You want to go right into the
Yep. Why don't you serve up some of that teriyaki? Well, I'm getting hungry again.
okay. I think I saw a comment someone told you to stop eating.
That was probably Alex.
It's actually pretty amazing how the noodles are pretty soft. Now, Dutch, there's beef in this.
Yes, and it is. It's not beef bouillon. It is chopped up beef that is cooked and freeze dried. In order to get it so it reconstitutes, we got to keep it a little bit chopped up, so it's about 1/4 inch. I don't know. These two, we're highlighting these two because they're probably my favorites. But people should let us know maybe what else we should do. But this one's actually pretty amazing.
Dutch, the banyan style hammock.
Mhm.
What is it made for? Who should be using this?
So the idea for the bridge hammock, we have this thing strung up really high, but that's because we're going to show up the quilt. But there is a taper, and this is why it's called a bridge. It's like a suspension bridge, and there's a taper that runs down through the middle. So when you pull the ends, it is pulling the middle up, and you see here how the middle is higher than the bottom. Now, when you lay in here, that winds up being flat. This is going to give you your flattest lay. Now, if there is a challenge with this, you want to have narrower, slender build. But I kind of have a trick for that. If you lay on your back, the shoulders, in particular, you wind up getting shoulder squeeze. But the way I sleep on it, I don't sleep on my side. I sleep just a little bit. I rotate 1/4 of a turn. And when doing so, I find that to be the most comfortable. I kick up my knee a little bit, and I really like sleeping in a bridge hammock. I'm probably about as big as what you want to be in the bridge hammock. We can go up to 6'2", maybe about 250 pounds might be about the limit, and beyond that, you might want to go to the gathered end. But there's something about a bridge. It's almost like you're driving a vintage car or something. It is different. It is classy, and the way that be so much more comfortable in this style. So, and then there's George making quilts, and he makes this. This is the Ridge Reaper, and this thing is let's really get amazing, because look at the zigzag baffles that he puts on this. That keeps the down from migrating even more. This thing has, I mean, 2 inches of down all the way. Sure thing. I hope that shows up on the camera. But they are here, 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 here. We made this special print just for this release. It has a whole bunch of different Dutchware logos on it. It's in this dark olive, and this is made for bridge hammocks. And again, George is awesome. So,
Ready to give it away?
all right, we can give it away.
Let's give it away. Let's run it out. 40-degree banyan under quilt. Hashtag Reaper. Run that for a couple minutes. Wow, look at different logo on this. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up close on. I kind of see it.
Limited edition.
Limited edition. This is one of 4.
Yeah, I think we make 4 of them. We are going to offer this on the site. I think when they're gone, we'll probably just go to standard dark olive.
So there's a couple in the plate now for.
Yeah, the Ridge Reaper, we do have them in stock. I believe 40-degree is what we're stocking right now. Well, the way this thing attaches, it just attaches really easily on the corners. It is so simple. And the bridge hammock is the easiest hammock to, because you're not trying to conform to the body so much. It's just a cylinder. To go a little bit to talk about the banyan bridge hammock while we're waiting, this works off the same principle as the chameleon. You can interchange the tops. We put a dual ridge line on here, and this works the same way as a gathered end hammock does. That you have this strung tight enough when these are holding up the bug net, and when these are nice and taut. So you're not gonna use a 30-degree angle on this. You're gonna be more like 15-degree angle in your suspension, because you're trying to pull these apart so that this line gets straight and it's picking up your butt in the middle. And that's why it is the bridge hammock, because it's like a suspension bridge. And if you think about the way a suspension bridge, the one line comes down here and then everything comes off of that. So you're able to interchange out the different tops. We keep the D-rings around here so you can put on different accessories. This one has the, it goes from one cord or from one ridge line to the other ridge line, so it makes a shelf. And then there is pockets on the side of there. What I like to do is stick my phone up there, and I can watch a movie, and then just go, and you can put whatever you want, maybe a battery pack or something back on the sides. There's plenty of storage in this hammock.
Let's see who won. Let's pick a winner.
Robert Pelletier.
Hey,
Pelletier? I'm from YouTube.
Robert
Yes.
Robert, congratulations.
Peltier. I think I said that right.
Keep you warm.
I said it with a French accent. I think that's the way I was supposed to say it, right?
Yes, I agree. Excellent. I don't know. Have we leaked enough stuff out so far?
I think. All right. So we had a lot of audio problems. It turns out our web doesn't handle this well. We're probably going to work from that, but I'd like to keep doing this. So tell us what you think. Tell us, what we should do more of. And right now, I think we can give away some more stuff, and then we got the final prize.
Why don't you set up the hex cam?
Okay, and I'll do that while.
I'll do some more giveaway, and then we'll sit down for a Q&A open session, and then we'll give away the last item.
That sounds great.
Is this popular, Joe?
No. The guy wanted to give away my black horse knife. Battle horse knife. I apologize.
Used by Dutch.
And we're not giving that away. I love my battle horse knives.
All right, let's do another pillow. You guys ready for a pillow? You know it. Hashtag pillow. Give that a couple minutes. Hang for fun. Big shout out to you. Appreciate it. That's gonna go toward our mic issue.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for fun. Thanks for the mic issues. All right, I gotta find that hammock. It got buried.
Are we ready for work? Pretty soft. Dutch, everything that we're giving away gonna smell like
Teriyaki. Garlic.
garlic and shrimp.
Nick T from YouTube.
Nick T from YouTube. Congratulations. You're gonna have a nice pillow to rest your head on. Let's jump right to the next one. Same, another bird. Same thing. Or no, Gidget. Gidget.
$5 for Kevin Moss.
Kevin, appreciate it. Want to get better mic.
That's the where we're going. We might be able to even upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh man, Dutch, talk about the spreader.
I feel like we did.
But man,
We can talk again because I'm going to land it. So
the difference.
how great it works for this. The first thing I really like about it is when you get in the hammock, it holds the bug net, everything out of your way. I would say the biggest cause for tops to fail is people sit on their bug net cover, and this makes it so you don't do that, and it holds it up out of your head like this, so you can. If I was cooking, I could easily cook like this. If I wanted to open this up more, you can see it'll open up more for you. But the best part is when you close it up, because when you close it up, it really holds the bug net open. I don't have to use tie outs. I despise tie outs and I refuse to use them. So, this spreader bar, we're using the same spreader bar system from the Clark, which actually we're running under. That's actually a patented system. And when we bought Clark, we got the patent, so we were also able to use it on the Chameleon. So, but are we really giving this hammock away? Are you sure we're giving this hammock away? Because this is a really nice hammock.
That's a really nice one. But you know what? Now it's personalized with your scent.
Yeah, now it smells like shrimp and teriyaki.
Dutch. Let's run that one. Let's see who won this.
SRS 90 from YouTube.
Congratulations.
SRS 90 from YouTube. Congrats.
Let's run into the last.
Be thinking of some questions because we're going to do a quick Q&A and then we're going to do the hex cam. The hex cam, by the way, is a new print for us that we've just been licensed on, and it's one of the reasons why we're kind of holding all this to make the big announcement of having hex cam. It's a certainly popular print, and it's gorgeous, so no wonder.
Yep. Camel pack cover. Hashtag. Dutch, you doing trips this year?
I've got quite a few trips planned. I got a great Idaho trip that I want to do, and I'm hoping to get to Alaska this year. And then there's also all the small ones. I just did a good one where I just rode my bike from Miami to Key West.
How was that?
That was fantastic. Perfect weather, perfect crowd. Big shout out to Barry taking me out on that trip. He's actually doing a YouTube video on it, so people will be able to follow along with that. But there's fantastic food all the way from Miami to Key West. I can promise you that.
Are we ready to pick a winner? Okay, we're about to pick it. You running?
Yes. Travis Hodgson from YouTube.
Travis, congratulations. It's coming your way.
Josh, how many people we got on right now?
380.
380. That's tremendous. Let's do a couple minutes of some Q&A.
Yeah.
So bring up some questions and
We'll answer them live. You plate?
yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I think people have heard me chew it enough. Oh, actually, that's a really good one. We are trying to develop an ultralight Clark. Um, Now, ultralight means different things to different people. The ultralight Clark may not be ultralight to some people, but it will certainly be better than the way Clarks already are. And one of the things with Clark is it was made uh, at the turn of the century, and materials have changed since then. So we want to try doing it again with some new materials. We think that we can get it lighter and still use some of the Clark techniques that keep all the comfort and like the spreader bars and things like that. So I don't have an update, but I sure I sure hope to have that. Oh, let's make it within 4 months.
Okay.
All right, let's commit to that.
Winter tarp. Zipper versus snap for doors.
So actually, right now we're making a one with the zippers on it, and um, I prefer the snaps, but someone was very insistent on getting the zippers, and he's probably listening. He knows who he is, and we're working on your tarp, by the way. There is one caveat with the zipper, and it's not a separating zipper, so it zippers down from the top, and it zippers up from the bottom. But the zipper pulls stay on there, and you can move them all the way to the top, and you can fold the doors in. But what you can't really do is fold it out flat. So if you were to lay that tarp flat on the ground, it would stick up because the zippers can't separate. It doesn't matter to everybody, but matters to some, I guess.
Rick Reed asks, where can I see hammocks in person?
Now, there is the great way to do it is at a hang. And if you want to find a close hang and on a certain date, go to the bottom of Dutchware Gear site, and there's something called hammock hangs, and or hammock hang events, I think is what it's called. You click on that, and it gives an interactive map and a calendar that shows you when and where you can go to. And whenever you go to I go to a lot of them, and every single one, people are friendly, and people will let you try out their hammocks, and it's a great way to get involved in the community. And this community is a great community.
Ryan Mann, does the side entry tarp have doors on both sides?
It does. It has both sides and a snap shut. Wait, I want to repeat on that. So it has ends have the doors. The side entry has one side has the side entry. So it depends on what end you're talking about.
What is your favorite material to use on a hammock?
I like Hexon, and the strongest fabric by weight is a Hexon 1.6 because we were able to make that out of nylon 6.6, and it has a certain feel that is meant to be like cotton. It has a little bit of stretch because it's nylon, and it has real ripstop. So it is the strongest by weight, and I developed the fabric, so I'm pretty partial to it.
Best way to hang your pack at your hammock in the winter.
So you can put your pack cover on. We make something called a Big Carl. It's a good time to shout out to Big Carl. Big Carl pack hanger, which will hang it up on the tree. Or you can get a gear sling, which is a small hammock. That way it can hang kind of right underneath you. And what I usually do is I stick my hiking sticks down so it doesn't absorb moisture from the ground, and just stick it underneath my pack or underneath my hammock, kind of at the foot end.
Can we offer a support group for us? Oh,
Who did that?
What happened?
Uh, Someone asked, is there some, can you offer support?
Yes. Actually, no, I can't. But what I can do is show you we have upped our game on our bling to the highest level. This stuff has a mirror finish. Actually, got to make it so you can see it. We're coming up. We have done so much from the days that I've started, and I've gotten my started doing this. We make this stuff all in house. These are stingers. We round off the edges. We're not just doing it in a tumbler. We're going around with an end mill, putting a radius on all of them. This stuff will be around longer than me. It's made out of titanium. It doesn't corrode. It's super light and it's super strong.
Hey, quiet time outside. Appreciate that $10.
That's why they get a special color.
You do.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, so on the Clark, there's a place right up under where those two poles are, and there is I call it a D ring, but it's really a little rectangle. You can tie from one end to the other. What you can't do is go from like you do a traditional hammock, to go right to the gathered end, because then that ridge line, where that winds up being, would be right above your face. But you can put a ridge line from one pole right to the other pole, and it acts the same, and it supports. It makes it so that you can tell when you've got the right tightness, which actually is trickier than it sounds on the Clark, because you don't have a ridge line, and you can hang things off of it. And you really don't need a special ridge line. You really can just tie a string, and it'll be fine. Set it up so you got it hang there, and just tie a string to where it's at then.
Gary asked, do we do tours at our plant?
We do. And actually we're pretty unselfish with that, because we like to show stuff off, and this place actually is amazing. One day we're going to do a tour on our live stream, hopefully. If we can get all the bugs worked out, definitely, but we're doing it is a sewing factory, so we're doing all the sewing here. We have a laser cutter, sublimation printing here. We got this photo booth area has actually all been new and been built up. This floor that I'm standing on was an addition that we put in. The fabric supplies that we store, we have a heck of a lot of Dyneema here, and then the neatest of all is the metal shop. It is amazing what we're doing with metal. I don't even know if we're doing it the right way. We didn't know the right way, so we just do it this way. And yes, it's really best to go and call ahead, speak to Gwendolyn, and she or one of us will give you a tour, usually 8 to 4.
Yep. Do we ship our food to Canada?
We don't have the food yet, but when we do, we're going to ship to Canada. We ship. They are the second biggest country that we sell to.
We did.
But maybe you can do it again, because I think some folks missed it.
Someone's asking for an update on PRV.
So the zip-on quilts, and I'm going to answer that final question in just a moment. So the zip-on underquilts that go into the Chameleon, we had a much bigger response than what we anticipated there. And we were trying to get out from under the hole, but we sold hundreds, and we are manufacturing as fast as we possibly can. We just put some things in place to get them going faster. People have been patient, and I have been very grateful that people have been patient, because we said 2 to 3 weeks, and we're already way past that. However, we've gotten through the initial rush, and we had to fill up the supply chain. Supply chain is all filled up, and things really seem to be rolling out now. So if you're one of those first purchasers, they're going to be coming out in a week or two, and then things really get rolling, and we'll get caught up. And then we're going to have stock, because we don't want to be catching up. We don't work well from behind. We want to be ahead, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to be ahead. Hopefully we keep saying April. Hopefully by May. All right, so I want to answer the bonded tarp. We can say arm wrestling match. So, the bonded tarps, how they've been rolled up. We have not had one single failure in the bonded tarps. We've been selling these things. We're on our second year now. They have been absolutely amazing, and we would often have failures in where we had to sew the seam, and I mean the most we could really do, they would often leak, and we got to send somebody some seam sealer so they patch up all the little holes that are put into it from sewing it. Bonding is so much better than sewing. It's a little bit costly of process, but it's far superior. And the strongest part of that tarp is where that bonding is. spreader bar protectors for the banyan. I agree. We need to make that. And if Hangs for Fun is listening, there's a product that we need to start making, and he's the one that develops our plastic. And I will. I think cheeseburgers. I think it's going to be really hard to get them down to the size that would rehydrate well. So maybe I'll think of some way of doing. Actually, what I'd like to do is something where you get cheese, you get hamburger, and you get cheese, and you put it into a tortilla. I think that's about the best I can come up with for a cheeseburger.
Was it the answer like 3 more?
Yeah, do a couple more questions, and then we're gonna give away this beautiful hammock.
Someone asked what your first hike was.
My very first hike was from Port Clinton on the Appalachian Trail to 501, and you're gonna have to. I'm gonna bore you with having to tell you. It poured down rain. My rain gear was a shopping bag that had a hole put into it. I thought that when you hike, you want to bring all of your hiking gear with you. So I had a pack that was well over 60 pounds. I thought I had to wear boots, so I wore my work boots, and it was a brutal hike. It's a heck of a hike up from Port Clinton, heading south, and the very first person I ran into was a through hiker, and this is 1980 something, and he's like, "You should do it," and I was like, "Yeah, I can't do that. How could I carry 6 months worth of food and all this other stuff?" And he tried to explain to me, but I wasn't listening. Um, but that years later, 2003, I wound up doing a through hike, and really that was my only experience. Was that first hike before I went and I did a through hike. My first full night in a hammock was on Springer Mountain on my 2003 through hike. So that's committed. All right, what else we got? Ah, okay. So it's really well bonded up at the top, and when you stake it down, it seems to be really good. Particularly when you go and you stick it on the if you have the pole, it hooks right onto the poles. I would not. If it was a really brutal wind, I would definitely not leave that thing up. Um, and yes, that would really flap. But if you batten it down to the side of the tarp, it's not going to flap any more than the side of the tarp. Which, if it's a brutal wind, you're going to flap anyhow. So just keeping it tied down is the best you can do. All right, an XL version of the banyan. So
Sneak peek? Or?
I actually I don't have a sneak peek of that. We are working on something. Actually, there's two other bridge designs, somewhat bridge actually. One of them is more of a right angle hammock, kind of a bridge and right angle hammock design that we're working on, and um, it's always on the list. And it might be a year. It might be a year until I come out with it. The XL, we have something really exciting for larger people for bridge hammocks, and um, I keep hoping that this is the year that we're going to do it. We've been working on it now for maybe 3 or 4 years now. It's a pretty hard build, so hopefully soon. All right,
One more. Let's do
one more question.
A few folks asked for a hive update.
Okay, they won't let me swing the camera around because the cords aren't long enough. But we actually have one of the two hives that are built. They're not even really completely built. Are these guys bringing it over? Okay. We're going to try to get a picture of it going. We are going to be the builders of the bug net, the hammocks, and the tarp that go into it, and that's how we wound up getting. It's the only way I can get my hand on a hive because, like everybody else, I'm waiting, and it's not even really the build. This one doesn't pack down the way and has much. It's much heavier. I don't know if you can see P's phone there, but this is one of two hives on the planet. I can tell you, it's amazing. It's just when it's going to pack down, it's going to be like 36 by 6 by 6. It's not going to be something you want to hike with, but The assembly of it is amazing. It uses kind of the same design as the Cricut with all these supporting lines. Cal and Kristen are really great people. They're making it here in the States, which I really appreciate. We're American manufacturer, and we want to support other American manufacturers. They could have gone to China and had tarps and hammocks and bug nets made, but they came to us, and I really appreciate that. And we're trying to do the best we can. And we made commitments that we're going to make it, and we still have to make the designs for it. But we have a hive now, and that's what we're in the process of doing. I don't know when they're releasing it, and I sure would hate to make any promises because I know how these things go.
What's a hive?
What's a hive? So a hive is a Yobo stand that holds 2 people, and it's pretty lightweight for what it does, and it's strong, and there'll be not look George Carr. I'm glad you're on here, George, and it is and it's amazing for what it's done. And hammock stands have come a long way in a short period of time, particularly for the there isn't many options out there for larger hammocks, and it does yeah, and so you got Yobo and you got Tenza right now. There used to be the Tato stand, but that one really is kind of off the market, and that's about all you got. Yes, it will be bonded. That
I think it's time.
yeah, we're gonna do this.
Actually, let's answer like 20 more questions.
Yeah, let's give them plenty of time to go and get so everybody gets an opportunity.
So we're gonna do this full chameleon setup and do a hashtag CHAM. CHAM.
All right.
I saw someone talk about, encouraging us to do more lives. I think, things that we tossed around was, inviting some of these local other companies to, join us at the table. And just
Actually, I would really like to do this. I kind of like the connection with the community, and I would really like to have other people. I'd love to have guests to come on. It's not easy doing live, and we had plenty of missteps today with the mics and everything.
We handled it.
Hopefully you hear me now. Hopefully you hear.
I couldn't hear you.
All right. So, but I'd love to have George Carr on here. I'd love to have Trailheads on here, and Cal and Kristen from Yobo. I'd love to have them. JRB, let's get them on here. Let's get Gwen. Let's get Gwen. If anybody has contacted our customer service, they've talked to Gwen, and they all know how great she is. She'll answer your phone call. We're one of the few companies that you're going to call. You're not going to get India. You're going to get Gwen. Yeah, and you're not going to have to go through some phone thing. Gwen just picks up the phone and talks to you.
Right.
Except for my call. She never takes my call.
What is it? We're probably going to shoot out an email newsletter, asking for feedback. So anything, we definitely know we need to upgrade our internet. Anything outside of that, topics that you guys want us to talk about, products you guys want to see, things that you want, tricks, tips, let's hear.
We want to hear from you. This is for you. We'll keep doing giveaways. And maybe Quaker Oats will donate oatmeal. We'll give away Quaker Oats oatmeal. Yeah.
Dehydrated.
Yeah, I love that.
All right. Are we ready to pick a winner? Oh, what? The tool went down?
No.
We can't pick a winner?
Do it.
Oh man, there's now.
Don't tease them like that.
Let's do the draw. Let's do it. All right.
So this is going to give the whole chameleon setup. We're going to send beetle buckles with it, and you get the top cover and hex cam, and it's going to be gorgeous. And
Eli Ruggles.
Eli.
Oh!
Hey, just because I know I'm don't lose.
I don't know. This is Rick now, right?
Actually, no, I'm really happy for Eli.
Congratulations, Eli.
Actually, a lot of people probably know Eli, and
Oh, biscuits. Is that?
yes, he's the guy that makes the biscuits. So, congratulations, Eli. That's really awesome. And well, I hope to see everybody at a hang soon. Hopefully, you signed up for Maha. That's coming up next. Is that next month? That's next month.
Geez.
And And hopefully you already signed up because we're already full. We actually went over full. We had to get some other campsites because we're only allowed 100, and it went to 120. And there's even more than that. So
That's in it. The only way they know how.
thank you, everybody.
See ya.